Welcome everyone. Imagine you're diving deep into the ocean, and you come face to face with a creature that has 3 hearts pumping blue blood through its body. Sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But this is the reality of the octopus, one of Earth's most alien-like animals. Today, we're going to unravel this biological mystery together. Why would any creature need 3 hearts? And what makes octopus blood blue instead of red like ours? By the end of this journey, you'll understand how these amazing adaptations help octopuses survive in their underwater world. Let's start with a simple question: what does blood actually do? Think of blood like a delivery truck system in your body. It carries oxygen from your lungs to every cell that needs it, and picks up waste products like carbon dioxide to take them away. In humans, this delivery system uses a special protein called hemoglobin, which contains iron and gives our blood its red color. Now here's where octopuses are completely different. Instead of hemoglobin, they use a protein called hemocyanin. This protein contains copper instead of iron. When copper binds with oxygen, it creates a blue color, just like the Statue of Liberty turns blue-green because of copper oxidation. So octopus blood is literally blue when it's carrying oxygen. But why would evolution choose copper over iron? This is where the story gets fascinating. Octopuses live in cold ocean waters, often in deep environments where temperatures drop significantly. Hemocyanin, the copper-based protein, works much better than hemoglobin in cold conditions. It's more efficient at picking up and releasing oxygen when temperatures are low. Think of it like choosing the right engine oil for your car. In winter, you need a different type of oil that flows better in cold weather. Hemocyanin is nature's cold weather solution for oxygen transport. It's perfectly designed for the octopus's chilly ocean home. However, there's a trade-off. Hemocyanin isn't as efficient as hemoglobin at carrying oxygen overall. It doesn't bind to oxygen as tightly. This means octopuses need to work harder to get enough oxygen to their tissues. And this is exactly where those 3 hearts come into the picture. Let's break down this 3-heart system step by step. 2 of the hearts are called branchial hearts. The word branchial comes from the Greek word for gills. These 2 hearts are positioned near the octopus's gills, one on each side. Their only job is to pump blood through the gills, where it picks up oxygen from the water. Imagine you have a water pump for your garden. If you want to push water through a very long hose or up a hill, you need a strong pump. The branchial hearts are like booster pumps, specifically designed to push blood through the gills efficiently. They give the blood that extra push it needs to flow through the delicate gill tissues and collect oxygen. The 3rd heart is called the systemic heart. This is the main heart, similar to the one you have in your chest. It takes the oxygen-rich blue blood from the gills and pumps it to the rest of the body. It sends blood to the brain, the arms, the muscles, and all the organs that need oxygen to function. Here's something amazing: when an octopus swims, the systemic heart actually stops beating. Yes, you heard that right. The main heart takes a break during swimming. This is why octopuses prefer to crawl along the ocean floor rather than swim. Swimming is exhausting for them because their main heart stops working, and they can't deliver oxygen efficiently to their body. Think of it like trying to run a marathon while holding your breath. You could do it for short bursts, but you'd get tired very quickly. That's why you'll often see octopuses walking on their arms across rocks and sand, saving swimming for emergencies or short distances. Now let's talk about another wow factor. An octopus has about 500 million neurons, which are brain cells. That's a lot of brainpower for an invertebrate. But here's the incredible part, only about 1/3 of these neurons are in the brain. The other 2/3 are distributed throughout their 8 arms. This means each arm can think for itself, in a way. Each arm has enough neurons to taste, touch, and even make decisions independently. Scientists have observed that a severed octopus arm will continue to reach for food and try to bring it to where the mouth would be, even though it's no longer connected to the brain. What does this have to do with hearts and blood? Everything. All those neurons need oxygen, and they need it delivered efficiently. The three-heart system ensures that even the tips of those long, intelligent arms get enough oxygen to function. It's like having express delivery routes to every neighborhood in a huge city. Let's connect another piece of this puzzle. Octopuses are incredibly active hunters. They need to squeeze through tiny gaps, change colors instantly, and move quickly to catch prey or escape predators. All of this requires enormous amounts of energy, which means enormous amounts of oxygen. The combination of blue blood and 3 hearts is evolution's solution to a complex problem. How do you power an intelligent, active, flexible creature in cold ocean water? You create a specialized circulation system that can deliver oxygen efficiently despite the limitations of copper-based blood. Here's an everyday analogy. Imagine you're trying to deliver packages in a mountainous region with poor roads. You can't use one big truck because it won't make it up all the hills. Instead, you use multiple smaller vehicles, each optimized for different parts of the journey. That's essentially what the octopus cardiovascular system does. Scientists have discovered something else remarkable about octopus blood. Because hemocyanin dissolves directly in the blood plasma instead of being contained in cells like our hemoglobin, octopus blood is thicker and more viscous than ours. It's almost like syrup compared to water. Pumping this thick blue blood through the body requires more pressure, which is another reason why having 3 hearts is so useful. The branchial hearts create the initial pressure boost, and the systemic heart maintains strong circulation throughout the body. Without this triple pump system, the thick blood would flow too slowly to keep the octopus alive. Now you might be wondering, are octopuses the only animals with blue blood and multiple hearts? Actually, no. All cephalopods, which include squid and cuttlefish, have similar systems. They're all related species that evolved in similar ocean environments, so they share these remarkable adaptations. But octopuses take it to the extreme. They're more active and intelligent than most other cephalopods, so they need their cardiovascular system to work at peak efficiency. Some species of octopus can change color in just milliseconds, coordinate 8 arms simultaneously, solve puzzles, and even use tools. All of this requires a brain and body that receive constant, reliable oxygen delivery. Let's look at the bigger picture. What can we learn from octopus biology? Scientists are studying hemocyanin because it might have medical applications. Since it works well in cold temperatures and low oxygen conditions, it could potentially be used in organ preservation for transplants or in treating conditions where oxygen delivery is compromised. Researchers are also fascinated by how efficiently the 3-heart system works. Understanding this could inspire new designs for artificial hearts or pumps used in medical devices. Nature has spent millions of years perfecting these systems, and we're just beginning to understand how clever they really are. Here's something to think about: octopuses evolved completely separately from vertebrates like us. We last shared a common ancestor about 600 million years ago. Yet both octopuses and humans developed complex brains, sophisticated eyes, and intricate cardiovascular systems. This is called convergent evolution, where different species independently evolve similar solutions to similar problems. The fact that octopuses solved the oxygen delivery problem so differently from us shows that there's more than one way to build an intelligent, active animal. Their blue blood and 3 hearts work just as well as our red blood and single heart, just through a completely different mechanism. Let's address one more fascinating detail. Octopus blood has a lower pH than human blood, meaning it's more acidic. This acidity helps hemocyanin release oxygen to the tissues more efficiently. But it also means octopuses are more sensitive to ocean acidification caused by climate change. As the ocean absorbs more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, the water becomes more acidic. This affects the octopus's ability to regulate its blood chemistry, making it harder for hemocyanin to work properly. It's like trying to run your car engine with contaminated fuel. The system can't function at its best. This brings us to why understanding octopus biology matters for our everyday lives. Octopuses are indicators of ocean health. If their specialized systems start failing because of environmental changes, it tells us something important about the state of our oceans. They're like the canary in the coal mine for marine ecosystems. Moreover, octopuses play crucial roles in ocean food webs. They control populations of crabs, clams, and small fish. If octopus populations decline because their blood chemistry can't adapt fast enough to changing ocean conditions, it could trigger cascading effects throughout the ecosystem. There's also the pure wonder of it all. We share this planet with creatures that have blue blood pumped by 3 hearts, arms that can think independently, and the ability to change color and texture in the blink of an eye. Octopuses remind us that life can take forms we barely imagine. When you eat seafood, when you make choices about plastic use, when you think about climate change, remember the octopus. Remember that beneath the waves, there are animals whose very survival depends on precise chemical balances and temperatures that took millions of years to perfect. Scientists continue to discover new things about octopuses every year. We've learned that they can recognize individual human faces, that they play with objects for fun, and that they have distinct personalities. Each discovery reveals more about how their unique cardiovascular system supports such complex behavior. So the next time you see an octopus, whether in an aquarium, a documentary, or on your plate, take a moment to appreciate the incredible engineering beneath its skin. 3 hearts working in coordination, blue blood carrying precious oxygen, all supporting one of the ocean's most remarkable minds. This isn't just a biology lesson. It's a reminder that evolution is endlessly creative, that there are many solutions to life's challenges, and that we still have so much to learn from the natural world. The octopus, with its alien biology, teaches us that different doesn't mean inferior. It just means adapted to different circumstances. Think about the applications this knowledge might have in the future. Imagine medical devices inspired by the 3-heart system, or new materials based on hemocyanin's properties. Imagine better ways to preserve organs or treat blood disorders, all because we took the time to understand how an octopus survives in the deep ocean. The story of the octopus's 3 hearts and blue blood is ultimately a story about adaptation, efficiency, and the incredible diversity of life on Earth. It shows us that nature has been solving complex engineering problems for millions of years, and we're wise to pay attention to those solutions. Every creature, no matter how strange it seems, has something to teach us. The octopus teaches us that there's more than one way to build a circulatory system, more than one way to be intelligent, and more than one way to thrive in challenging environments. These lessons extend far beyond marine biology. In our own lives, we face challenges that require creative solutions. We need to adapt to changing circumstances, just like the octopus evolved its unique cardiovascular system. We need to think differently, to consider solutions that might seem unusual at first but work perfectly for our specific situation. So remember the octopus and its 3 hearts. Remember that blue blood can be just as effective as red blood, that sometimes you need multiple pumps instead of one powerful engine, and that the strangest looking solutions can be the most elegant. Nature is the greatest teacher, and the ocean is full of lessons waiting to be discovered.